Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into a critical topic that every cybersecurity professional, student, or enthusiast needs to understand: administrative, technical, and physical controls. These three categories form the foundation of a robust security strategy, and understanding how they work individually and together is essential for anyone pursuing a career in cybersecurity or preparing for certifications like the CompTIA Security Plus exam. In this video, I'll break down what each type of control is and its role in security, real-world examples of how these controls are applied, the benefits and limitations of each control type, how to implement a layered security strategy that incorporates all three. Before we get into the details, let's start with the basics. What are security controls? Security controls are measures or safeguards that organizations implement to reduce vulnerabilities, mitigate risks, and protect their assets, whether those assets are data, devices, or people. Security controls are grouped into three main categories. 1. Administrative controls, policies, procedures, and guidelines that define how security is managed. 2. Technical controls, tools and technologies that enforce security policies. 3. Physical controls, measures that prevent unauthorized physical access to facilities or equipment. Let's explore these in more detail, starting with administrative controls. Administrative controls are the policy-driven foundation of security. They define what needs to be done, who is responsible, and how tasks are performed to maintain a secure environment. Key examples of administrative controls: security policies and procedures. These include policies for acceptable use, password management, data classification, and incident response. Example: a policy requiring all employees to change their passwords every 90 days. Training and awareness programs, educating employees to recognize phishing emails, social engineering tactics, and other threats. Example: conducting annual cybersecurity training for all staff. Risk management processes, identifying vulnerabilities, assessing risks, and implementing strategies to mitigate them. Example: performing a quarterly risk assessment to identify gaps in network security. Access management policies, defining who can access systems and data and under what conditions. Example: role-based access controls, RBAC, ensuring only authorized employees access sensitive systems. Incident response and recovery plans, outlining the steps to take in case of a breach or attack. Example: a playbook detailing how to contain and recover from a ransomware attack. Administrative controls set the stage for how security is managed, but they rely heavily on execution through technical and physical measures. Now let's move on to technical controls, the tools and technologies that enforce security policies and guard against threats. Technical controls operate at the system and software level and are often automated, making them one of the most effective ways to secure an environment. Key examples of technical controls: firewalls. These devices monitor and filter incoming and outgoing traffic based on predefined security rules. Example: blocking unauthorized IP addresses attempting to access a private network. Encryption, protecting data in transit and at rest using cryptographic algorithms. Example: encrypting sensitive files before storing them in the cloud. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, requiring multiple forms of verification to access accounts or systems. Example: a bank requiring a password and a one-time code sent to your phone. Intrusion detection and prevention systems, IDS/IPS, monitoring network traffic for suspicious activity and taking action to block threats. Example: an IDS alerting admins to a brute force attack attempt. Endpoint protection, tools like antivirus software and endpoint detection and response, EDR solutions. Example: an EDR system isolating an infected endpoint to prevent malware from spreading. The strength of technical controls lies in their automation and scalability, but they can only be as effective as the policies, administrative controls, that govern their use. Finally, we have physical controls, the measures that prevent unauthorized physical access to systems, facilities, or equipment. Key examples of physical controls: locks and access badges, restricting access to data centers, offices, and secure areas. Example: a badge reader that only allows authorized personnel into the server room. Surveillance systems, using CCTV cameras to monitor facilities and deter unauthorized access. Example, cameras placed at entry points and sensitive areas. Environmental controls, protecting systems from environmental hazards like fires or floods. Example, fire suppression systems in data centers. Security guards and patrols, human presence to deter and respond to physical threats. Example, guards monitoring entry points and performing regular sweeps. Perimeter security, barriers like fences, gates, and bollards. Example, bollards preventing vehicle-based attacks on a building. Physical controls may seem old school, but they are critical for protecting the hardware that powers all your technical controls. Each control type has its strengths and weaknesses. Administrative controls, benefit, provide structure and accountability. Limitation, relies on people to follow policies, which can lead to errors. Technical controls, benefit, automated and scalable. Limitation, can be costly to implement and maintain. Physical controls, benefit, protects the physical infrastructure. Limitation, ineffective against digital attacks. That's why combining all three types of controls, known as defense in depth, is the most effective approach to securing any environment. To implement a robust security strategy, you must layer administrative, technical, and physical controls effectively. Here's an example. Administrative. Implement a clear access control policy. Technical. Use MFA and role-based access control to enforce the policy. Physical. Secure server rooms with badge access and surveillance cameras. Each layer compensates for the potential failure of another, creating a resilient and adaptable security posture. To wrap up, let's review. Administrative controls set the rules. Technical controls enforce those rules. Physical controls protect the infrastructure. By understanding and implementing all three types of controls, you can build a comprehensive security strategy that protects against a wide range of threats. If you're preparing for the CompTIA Security Plus exam, make sure you know the definition and purpose of each control type, real-world examples, how to combine them effectively. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more cybersecurity content. Got questions or comments? Drop them below. I'd love to hear from you. Stay secure, and I'll see you in the next video.